everybody, welcome back. So I've got a makeup declutter today and I'm putting this out now because my next video is going to be my Q3 like updated makeup inventory check-in video. So I want to do this declutter before the inventory check-in so my numbers are as clear and as up to date as possible. Now, I used to have declutter videos like this, separate videos where I would talk through some makeup items that I wanted to declutter, but since my makeup collection has been fairly small and fairly curated, there hasn't really been many makeup products that I've wanted to declutter. So what I have been doing recently is just talking about the odd makeup item I wanted to declutter in whatever video I was filming at the time. But I have done a sort of like lipstick challenge, I suppose, where I've worn all of my lipsticks every single day to see whether I liked them all or not. And I've done a similar thing with my eyeshadows. Not all of them though. I haven't had time before filming this video to go through all of my eyeshadows, but I've just discovered some other products along the way. So I do have a number of items here that I am going to talk through, and I've got a selection of like base, lips, eyes, some Project Pan items and some non-Project Pan items as well. Do just want to say there's a lot of gardening work going on today, so hopefully that's not being picked up by the mic, but if you can hear a lot of background noise, it's probably that. But anyway, let's go through these items. So these three items here were all items that I had made as part of my repressing and frankening products video. So let's start off with this one. This was my, I think it was my e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine and two House of Colour bright lipsticks, so a red and a copper colour. And I didn't really wear all three of those lip products, so I thought, well, let's combine them and turn them into a blusher and see what that is like. But this is just like straight up red blusher on me. It is just really, really bright, so difficult to blend out. It looks like I've got like tomato cheeks, but not in a fashionable, stylish way. It just looks really awful. So yeah, I am gonna declutter that one. That one just didn't work. And then I did a similar thing with this one here. This is two Vive lipsticks. I think it's Power Suit and Coming in Hope, which I used to like, but I don't really wear brown lipsticks on me now, which kind of surprised me because as an autumn, I thought I could get away with brown lipsticks, but it just looks really muddy. So this one I'm also going to declutter because I can't make this one work either as a bronzer or a blusher. It's just, again, really weird looking. It's just really muddy, difficult to blend out and just doesn't look right and just really awkward to use. So that's another one I'm going to declutter. And then this one here is a mixture of two eyeshadows from the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette in Sourced and Low Blow. They're both brown mid-toned eyeshadows, fairly warm. I think one is slightly more orange than the other, and I thought this could be a good bronzer. And I was dipping a like bronzer brush into that Urban Decay eyeshadow palette, but it was a little bit awkward because the eyeshadows are like quite long and narrow, and it kind of worked, so I repressed it into this. But since doing that, it's just, again, like with this one here, like quite muddy, really stubborn, so really difficult to blend out, and just looks really off, and it just doesn't look as nice as when I've used an actual powder bronzer. So again, I'm gonna declutter this one. It just doesn't really look nice, even though it swatches nicely there. When I just go to apply it on my face, it's just a really tricky product to work with. So yeah, didn't really have much success with all three of these repressed and franken products, so that's kind of put me off doing that again in the future, to be totally honest. Let's do eyes next, and I've got a couple of Project Pan items, and I did speak about this in my recent Project Pan update video. These are both by Vive. These are the eye ones. I've got them in the shades Sand and Camel. I really loved these when I first got them because they didn't budge, they were really creamy and easy to apply. Still kind of are, but the no budging bit isn't really that true anymore. And these are quite out of date, and I noticed with eyeshadow sticks like this, once they go out of date, you can really tell that the, why did I swatch it there? That's so awkward. That the quality really does start to degrade and go off. So I thought, let's put them in my Project Pan, get them used up, but use them because I like them. And I thought that these would be quite a quick and easy product to get through, but these have taken so long. The progress each month is so minimal, and I'm wearing them like 20 odd times per month, so they're just taking an absolute age to get through. And I've kind of gotten to the point now where I don't quite like how they're performing, and I'm tired of them. I don't want to use them anymore. So this one here is Sand, and this one I was using as an eyeshadow primer. Didn't do a particularly good job of that though, because my eyeshadow was creasing fairly quickly. I think if I just used some of this and a bit of a similar powder shade over the top, it would have been fine. But because I do like a crease shade, I do an eyeliner, sometimes a colour in the outer corner, it was just a bit too much for this product to kind of handle. And then this shade here is Camel, and this one I was using as a cream bronzer. It looked alright, I could kind of get away with it, but I have recently been using my Revolution cream bronzer instead, and that one performs like way better than this one does. So you can use products like this for other purposes, but from my experience they don't perform quite as well as an actual cream bronzer or as an actual eyeshadow primer, for example. So I'm going to declutter these because these are very much out of date. I have products that work a lot better than them. I've used them so much as well, so I've definitely gotten my use out of them. They've been in my project pan for a number of months now, and I'm just at the point now where I'm not hate panning these, but I'm annoying panning these because I don't particularly like using them anymore. I think these would be great though had I used them within the specified time. I think these have like a 12-month shelf life, so within those 12 months these are absolutely brilliant. But outside of the 12 months, I have noticed that the quality has seemed to gone down. I have another project pan item, and this is one that I thought, do I really want to declutter because I don't have much of this left? But I have been noticing that my eyebrows look very heavy when I've been using this. This is the Kiko Brow Pencil in the shade 4, which is, I can't remember, but I think it's meant to be for like dark blondes, which I suppose my hair is. I think it is a really good colour match for my eyebrows. It's a really lovely pencil, you can be quite precise with it, it lasts a long amount of time. It's nice that you've got your little brush on the other end as well, so it is a really lovely product, but I just think for my brows it's too much. Where my brows are quite thick and full, I feel like I can just get away with a clear brow gel. This is just, it's too much now. And I was thinking, you know what, there's not much left of this, only a few months more progress and then I can probably have used this one up. So do I really need to declutter it? But I don't want to keep hold of an item that doesn't make my makeup look that good just for the sake of saying I've finished it up. So yeah, I will be getting rid of this one. But yeah, it is a lovely product, but just not the right kind of product for me and my brows. Then I've got some eyeshadow singles that I'm going to be getting rid of. So I've managed to whittle down my single eyeshadow collection to these 9 single eyeshadows. But I'm going to be keeping these 4 and I'm going to be decluttering these 5. I like these colours, they're very nice, they're warm toned, they suit my makeup style that I'm very much into, which is a natural, very minimal makeup look. But I don't really reach for my eyeshadow singles, especially these 5 over here. The only times I tend to use them is when I've gone, oh, I've not really used my single eyeshadows in quite some time, let's use them to see if I still like them. They're not a product that I naturally kind of gravitate towards. But like I say, the colours are all lovely. There's nothing wrong with them. They perform really well, pigmented, easy to blend, etc, etc. But I just don't really reach for them, so there's no real point of me hanging on to them. And I've got very similar colours to these in my eyeshadow palettes as well. So my Modern Renaissance and Norvina hybrid palette, my Vive Essentials palette. So I don't feel like I need duplicates of the same colours. But just to run you through what they are, this one is by MAC. This is in the shade Expensive Pink. It's a very pretty, girly, shimmery coral shade. A good spring and autumn shade. But yeah, I don't really use it. I don't really wear a lot of pink eyeshadow. And if I am going to wear pink, I'm going to go for more of like a matte rosewood rather than like a shimmery coral. I've then got this one from Makeup Geek, which I can't remember what it's called because the metallic cover has gone over what the name of the shade is. Really lovely colour, really pigmented, easy to blend, beautiful. I wore it the other day just to see what I thought of it. It's a nice enough eyeshadow, absolutely nothing wrong with it, but yeah, I just don't use it. And the fact that I've had this for years and years and years, when Makeup Geek forward eyeshadows were all the rage, and I've hardly like made a dent in it, so don't need to be keeping hold of that. And then these three here were from a Laura Geller Face and Eye palette. They did take a bit of a battering when I repressed that palette. So this one I have hit pan on as part of my Pan in Every Eyeshadow Palette Challenge. It is a shimmery champagne shade, but one of those shades where I've got quite a few that are similar to it. This one is a matte warm brown. Again, I've got similar shades to it. And then this one is a bronze colour. Very nice, but again, I have shades that are very similar to it, and I prefer, where is it, Woodwinked from MAC to that one. So these five are all going to be declutters, and I don't think that I would miss any of these as well. And then I've got 3 lip products that I want to declutter, 2 House of Colour lipsticks and a lip balm. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Cheeky, which is an orange, a bright orange. And I wanted an orange within my colour because it's a great autumn colour, but a great autumn colour for the summer months when I like to go a little bit brighter with my makeup. And I'm really into like lip balm type products at the moment. They're just really hydrating. However, this is just really bright, and I have decided recently that bright lipsticks just aren't really for me, but I've spent the past year since having my colour season done just experimenting with colours and finding out the right types of autumn colours that suit me. So although this is an autumn colour because it's warm, it is just too bright. I'm not comfortable wearing a lipstick that is this bright. And also this is scented with watermelon, and I hate the smell of watermelon scented products. I just think it's really gross. And I can taste it as well. It's just horrible. So I think I need to steer clear of scented lip products as well, because I really just hate lip products like that. So that one is going to be a declutter. And then I have these 2 House of Colour lipsticks. This one here is, I think, my most recent House of Colour lipstick. It's in the shade Copper, which is for springs and autumns. It is a vibrant orange copper shade. But in my opinion, I think this is better for vibrant autumns. Because it's suitable for spring, it would make sense in my mind for it to be the autumn subseason crossover into spring that would suit this one, which is your vibrant autumns. And on me, as a true autumn, it is just too bright. Again, it's really intimidating, and I don't feel comfortable wearing it. I feel like a bit of a clown. And I've tried a few different ways of wearing this. I've mixed it in with other lipsticks. I've worn it over the top of a lip balm as a stain, and I just don't like it. I don't reach for it. So that's a real easy declutter. And then this one is 60 Ginger Shimmer. This one is like a bright rust. It's a really pretty shade, really colourful, really beautiful. It's got a little bit of golden shimmer in there as well, but it's one that I just don't reach for. I've worn it a handful of times since buying it, and I'm now not that keen on the gold shimmer in it. I feel like it's a bit too romantic for me. If you're a romantic, you would love it because you've got that sparkle in there, that shimmer, that bit of glitz. But the classic in me is like, oh no, that's a little bit too much. That's a little bit too over the top for my comfort zone. But like I say, a really pretty colour. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just too bright for me, and it's not one that I reach for. So again, I don't think I'm going to miss either of, or any of these lipsticks. So that is a total then of 14 products that I'm going to be decluttering. So my numbers in my makeup inventory video should hopefully be looking a lot more positive, definitely in the direction of how I want my makeup inventory to look. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I myself absolutely love watching declutter videos. I think it's arguably one of my favourite makeup videos on YouTube, that and inventory videos. So hopefully you liked this one, and hopefully you'll be looking forward to my inventory one as well. So thanks again, and I'll see you again very soon for the next one. Bye.